Exactly a year ago, April 2017, a Japanese life insurance company let 34 of their employees go. Yes, that company made 34 of their employees redundant. Why? Because they thought that the work that they were doing, and basically these were the people who were calculating the payouts for the insurance policyholders, they observed that work could have been done better with an artificial intelligence-powered system. And they also observed that by replacing those people with an AI-powered system would allow them to gain 30% more productivity, save more than £1 million in British pounds in annual savings, and they were confident that they could get their return on investment back in less than 2 years, around 18 months. So this is no longer a hype. Disruption is no longer a hype. That has already happened. We are going through a fourth industry revolution. And I should say, this industry revolution is fundamentally different from the earlier revolutions. The first one, the steam-powered, that liberated us, the humans, from the animal power. The second one, electricity-powered, that made mass production possible. The third one, the IT automated, that provide the digital capabilities to billions of people all across the globe. The fourth one, which we are facing right now, is fundamentally different because it fuses different technologies, and it fuses our physical world with the digital world and even with the biological world. And this fusion is disrupting all economies, all disciplines, all industries, and even challenging the basic notion of what it means to be a human. Come on, look around us. Ubiquitous computing, mobile supercomputing, genetic editing, intelligent robots, self-driving cars, neurotechnological brain enhancements. The drastic change is taking place literally at an exponential pace. Innovative manufacturer today can increase EBITDA by up to 20%. This was a research which was done by our friends at Accenture Strategy, where they evaluated a global brand worth $30 billion, where they concluded that by investing in new business models will result in approximately $500 million in new EBITDA. The strategy was twofold. On a short term, the organizations, the manufacturer, has to invest in partially digitizing the value chain. This partial digitization of the value chain is important to pick up the pace and to move in the right direction. But ultimate gains, the real benefits can only be gained if the investment is made in the new business models, because that results in new additional revenue streams. So in this particular case, the examples of new business models were, for that manufacturer, offering product as a service, investing in services, optimizing the configuration, preventing the downtime of the plant by predicting failures ahead of time, improving the operations efficiency, investing in services for usage monitoring, and also saving the energy consumption. And last but not least, also services around preventing the safety risk and the impact of incidents. From a software perspective, the research said that those innovative manufacturers have to invest in extreme automation, in extreme integration, and also enhancing the simulation capabilities of the design of the systems much more than what they do today when it comes to emulating and simulating their systems. The plant of the future is digital. The future plant is digital. Full stop. There should not be any doubt about that. Companies who are investing in digitizing their plant operations should consider 4 important things. First of all, plan, predict, prevent, and optimize. Those companies or those plant operations have to move away from reactive way of managing operations to a predictive and proactive way. IT-OT integration. Information technology has to fuse, has to tightly integrate with operational technology so that the gap between planning and production, planning and execution can be eradicated. Integrated business operations is required, especially across all the R&M operations, all the repair and maintenance operations, to get the single view of truth. The fourth, but not the last one, but not the least one, consideration for those companies is to invest in real-time performance analytics, because this is what improves the decision-making. We are going to show you a live performance today. This live performance will take you to the world of past, and you will see how the factory operations, how the maintenance operations used to be performed by the factory workers in the past. Then we will fast forward to the world of today, where you are going to see how a connected worker today in a connected factory is going to perform the same maintenance operations. On the stage, I'd like to invite Jochen Adler. Jochen Adler is a factory worker. He loves to work with robots and machines on the shop floor. He performs all the maintenance, repair, and overall operations. And when something goes wrong, he also visits the robot or a machine, locates the defect, fixes the problem, or tries to fetch a spare part and replace it. I would also like to invite Thomas Ent, who is our back office engineer. Thomas configures the IoT platform to support people, applications, and things in the entire ecosystem of the factory. He ensures the equipment and the production lines is 100% uptime, the quality and the efficiency is maintained. He also takes decisions to address impact on production lines whenever required. Last but not least, if an incident happens, it's also the responsibility of the back office engineer, Thomas in this case, to assign this incident to a factory worker with necessary instructions and manuals. So now I'm going to hand it over to Jochen and Thomas, who are going to show you how the maintenance operations used to be performed in the past, and so on.
Thank you, Arsalan. In some cases, I would say up till today, this is how it would work. I'm coming into work this morning with my hat. Obviously, I'm a factory worker. You wouldn't have had to say that. So what's up today, Thomas?
Good morning, Jochen.
Good morning.
Well, I already printed some paper for you. We have a service for our most important manufacturing line, OT42. So you need to refill the lubricant. Cooling seems to be a problem that was reported. And so, yeah, please.
All right. You said OT42, right?
Yeah, you know that machine?
I think it's been a while since I've visited it. Do you have maybe some background
yeah, let
material?
me check. We should have, yeah, okay, well, here you have the full maintenance manual so that you have all the details with you.
Oh my God.
And
right.
please return that. I need that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out, I guess. I'll get to work.
Okay, please report once you're back.
All right. Oh my goodness. Whoops. All right. So you get the picture. I'm at the machine. I have my papers here. The machine used to work, but now it's somehow broken, so I need to do some maintenance work. I find, of course, what I'm looking for in these documents after some browsing. I think I'm, gonna get that. And then, once the work is complete, I just have, excuse me, it's a bit complicated, I'm sorry. Got some forms to fill out here about what was wrong and what I did to fix it. Signature there, and back to Thomas. So Thomas, here's the, oh wait a minute. Here's the manual.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Somehow fell out. And here's the report that you asked for.
Perfect. Yep. Okay, thank you.
It's all done.
Okay,
Should be
let me check.
operational.
Yeah. Okay, seems all to be fine. Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Glad I could help.
Fast forward to the world of today. You're going to see Thomas, who is working on his iPad, where he's getting a stream of incidents, which you're going to see on the big screen very soon. Maybe the mirroring has stopped.
Yep. Well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see,
Sorry.
Thomas is analyzing the stream of service request incidents that he's receiving. He also has some dashboards where he gets more detailed information regarding those services and the issues. He goes and he selects one of the incidents, drills down, you see the detail of the assets. You also see a connected workspace that gives you more information regarding the documentation, the manuals associated with those assets. He selects one of the incident and is going to assign it to Jochen Adler, whose shift is going to start very soon. The task has been assigned to Jochen Adler, and now what you are going to see is that Jochen, whose shift is going to start very soon, he will be performing the maintenance operations, leveraging the augmented reality, in this particular case, Microsoft HoloLens. And whatever he's going to do, you are going to see that experience live on that big screen.
So when I'm coming into work, just another, whoops, sorry, stay there. That at least confirms that the audio works. Excuse me, I started the wrong app. I'm still new to this connected factory, so I'm learning. So I'm coming into work the morning, starting up the application.
And
Okay. Can you please project the
Yeah, I hope
stream
you
of the HoloLens?
I hope you can see what I can see. So I could still be wearing my gloves or something, or my helmet. I could still adjust this, and basically while I'm walking into work, yeah, the application comes up. You can see the OpenText logo there. I hope you saw it. Did that come across?
No, we're just waiting for the stream to appear here.
Oh, okay. I just had a beautiful OpenText logo in front of me.
Fine.
Quite a believable claim, isn't it?
well, I hope we will see it soon.
Okay. Can you see my camera image? Okay, because there's nothing that I see aside from you as the audience. So, like in the previous scenario, my day begins. What's up today?
Just a second.
Proceed to OT42. Low lubricant detected.
Oh my God, low lubricant in OT42.
Just hold down because people are not able to see that from the screen here.
Someone?
Could you hear the voice though? Okay, and you haven't missed out on anything because I still see, the only thing that I see right now is the audience.
Yeah.
But of course, this friendly voice that Microsoft calls Cortana has already directed me to this particular machine. It's called OT42. And I think it also specified that there was a drop in lubricant detected. So that's just like we saw earlier. Ah, there you go.
Yep.
So this is exactly what I have in front of my eyes now. I'm trying to keep my head somewhat level so that you don't get too motion sick there in the back. But if I turn my eyeballs to the down, I can see you on the corrective monitor. So basically, I have approached the machine now, OT42. Cortana has told me that there was a drop in lubricant pressure. And because we're in the industrial age, there is a QR code affixed to this machine that I can now scan. Scan.
Scanning.
So after the scanning, I can actually see that the lubricant level is displayed in my peripheral vision. I can still see you guys in the audience. You can see yourself, I see. But it's just at 61%. So let me see what's up. There's a part that's highlighted there. Oh my God. That's quite cool. I can actually zoom in also to get a bit closer. Takes a bit getting used to these finger gestures, but yeah, I can take a look at this sealing ring there on the top, and now I can proceed. Show maintenance instructions.
Retrieving maintenance instructions. Step 1, shut down.
All right, that seems natural. I'm going to just quickly shut down the machine here. All right. Check.
Step 2, replace sealing ring.
All right, so the sealing ring, as I already saw, that seems to be the problem here, this little black thing. So I'm going to replace it as instructed, of course, on the machine itself. So I have to operate here. And once this is done, I can go back and say, check. Check.
Step 3, refill lubricant.
OK, so as you can see, I'm refilling the lubricant already. This is obviously simulated, but it's rising in level, so I have to be a bit careful now, not to overdo it. Maybe at 95, 96%, I should be stopping. OK, stopped it. Check.
Step 4, restart.
All right, that's pretty clear. Now the machine can be restarted. I can just hopefully get it to work back again. Yeah, cool, fix it. So check.
Confirm workflow.
All right, workflow's done. I can just confirm on my smartwatch that I've completed the maintenance work, and that's it for today.
Thank you, Jochen. Thank you, Thomas. Can you please join me for a Q&A round?
Sure thing.
So first of all, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But you showed us that you already had this information that the lubricant level dropped. How you got that information?
Exactly. I mean, already Mark and Muhi talked about IoT this morning. And let's go to the device over there. I mean, we have here in the different stations, we have sensors for the drilling, for the temperature, for the conveyor, and so on. We all have sensors there. And those sensors, they do stream data to our Covisint IoT platform. And we have the ability to query data from those sensors as well. And then if we go to the laptop, I can show you what we do with them, because we have in the platform the option to model those devices. And I will go into the Covisint platform here. Let me sign in. And we have here a landing page with devices. The devices are the different pieces of my manufacturing line, be it the robot, be it the conveyor, be it the drilling station. And we form here a digital copy, a digital twin of the device itself with all the sensor data we can get, with all the sensor data it is pushing to us. So we can model all that. And well, we have a lot of devices which are similar. We will maybe have the OT42 several times in our factory, but we do have some more factory lines, not just in this plant, but in several plants. So Defining that all once again over and over would be tedious, so I have device templates which I can define. But let's look into the device itself.
But as I see from the earlier dashboard, you also have a factory ecosystem, so you can model the entire ecosystem, including multiple devices, equipment, robots, and machines operating on the shop floor.
Yes, I can model all that and put that together, so I have a full ecosystem and the overview of the full ecosystem in here.
So that was actually, from my perspective, the purpose of the QR code also. If you have several machines, several instances of the same model of the machine, the QR code can still be used to identify a particular machine that has a problem and link it back to Thomas's dashboard.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so here we have the conveyor. The conveyor has a certain ID, links to the QR code. We have a status on and off, and we have a proximity sensor, so it can detect if Jochen comes close to it.
Okay, but tell us, that the workflow was automatically triggered, which assigned the task to Jochen. How actually it happened from this Covision IoT platform?
Well, what you can see here is we have rules. So I can create rules, and depending on the event, I can either directly generate a service request to our process platform, the AppWorks platform, or I can even correlate certain events, like for example, an excessive raise of temperature in a very short amount of time is an indication for a low lubricant level because the cooling is no longer working good. So I don't need to have sensors for each and everything. I can use other measures to really determine what is going wrong or potentially going wrong with the device.
Nice, nice. Can you show us that experience of that workflow where you orchestrated this entire MRO process?
Okay. This is the workflow now, not showing on the iPad, but showing on the laptop, so it will render on all the different devices. I do have my dashboards here with the status of the different service requests. I can now select one of my service requests and check for the details on this particular asset.
So I can see the time, the temperature, the motor current of the device, okay?
And I see, a high temperature in the drilling. So let me look into this more closer. I can see now, okay, we see the data what was entered already. And we see here data of the machine itself. I can check for documentation. Do we have a service manual, for example?
Okay.
And that was something which happened in the background. We are on the left-hand side showing some master data, what we have about the equipment, more than what we get from the IoT platform. From the IoT platform, we get the real-time data. And here we are showing the master data, what's in our records, in the books, and combining that with the documentation of that device from our content repository.
So this is about the information in context. So Jochen has that necessary installation manual and instructions already when he needed that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So Jochen, tell me about your experience. I mean, you were working with the factory using a HoloLens. What were the particular benefits of that experience?
It's actually surprising now to look over Thomas's shoulder and see the complexity that was basically hidden behind the scenes, right? All the documentation was here, but I wasn't aware of it because I was maintaining the machine. I had to have my hands free. And basically the HoloLens showed me only those steps in the process and those materials that were relevant to the context in which I was. I was at a particular machine, at a particular place in time where a particular problem was. And that was a very interesting experience. I have to, as I say, I have to still get used to the pointing and clicking with this device. But yeah, it can be done. I didn't have so much time to practice, so I'm sure if I was an actual factory worker, I would get it done after a couple days or a week max. And
so that was quite impressive. Thank you. Thank you. So Thomas, tell us about, especially in a factory environment, we have to ensure that only the right people are able to perform the right operations on a robot or on a machine. How do you guarantee that Jochen is only able to perform those operations which he is privileged for?
Yeah. In this case, it was a simple thing because Jochen is a member of our staff, so he has a permanent access code. But if Jochen would be a contractor, for example, then we can use the functionality of the Covisint platform as well, because with that we can give a time-based access to certain information, and not only time-based, because we have eventually some critical information, and that's where those proximity sensors come into play. Some of the details we provide for the maintenance may give some hints on our manufacturing process, which we don't want to disclose to our competitors, and so we can control that. Even though Jochen has a time-based access based on his job, he can only really access the information of the device when he's close to that device, so that we prevent any kind of information leak with that.
Good. Thank you very much.
Well, speaking about an information leak, there's one thing more. I said that the devices are streaming information or have the ability to query them. Well, that raises a security risk, a hot topic this morning in the sessions, in the keynotes as well. We have capabilities in the IoT platform to detect such kind of threats. For example, here in that example, we have a high number of requests on our factory devices from a country with which we are not doing any business. So that's an indication that somebody is trying to hack us, and we can take the countermeasures.
So you're able to take the immediate decisions once those threats are diagnosed and discovered. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
Welcome.
And thank you, Jochen.
Very much.
Thank you so much.
You.
Slides, please. Yes. So what have you seen? You've seen a showcase where we showed the world of the past compared to the world of today. What are the key takeaways, or what are the business value of OpenText in this entire scenario? You saw that OpenText is providing an IoT platform for secure integration, access, and managing threats in the entire ecosystem of a factory. This is where our Covisint IoT platform comes into the picture. You also saw that using a combination of Covisint and our analytics iHub capability, we were able to recognize the patterns, the sensoric patterns, and able to predict failures well ahead of time. Because if we are able to predict failures ahead of time, then we can ensure the higher customer satisfaction and can fix the problems before actually they occur. Then you also saw command and control dashboards, again powered by our analytics capability, to ensure uptime and quality of the production line. You also saw that we were able to orchestrate the entire end-to-end MRO process, which also includes the ticketing workflow, where we had Jochen involved as a service, as a factory worker. This is where our process suite comes into the picture. Last but not least, it's all about information in context. Jochen had access to construction plans and maintenance instructions whenever and wherever he needed that. This is where our extended ECM comes into the picture. I would like to take this opportunity to invite you, if you want to share the experience that we just showed you here, come and join us at the Expo Hall. We have a pod, mixed reality showcase on that side of the hotel, if my orientation is correct, yeah, this side. Please come, play with us, share the experience. Also, if you have any questions, or if you want to discuss this use case or related use case any further, please come and join us at the pod. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our partners. Without their contributions, this showcase was not possible. I would like to thank Accenture, especially the Accenture IoT lab in Garching, who provided us the necessary equipment, infrastructure, and support, including this Fisher Technique machine and also the HoloLens, which Jochen was wearing to make it possible. I also would like to thank AVIANET, that is our technology ecosystem partner, who specialize and who are experts when it comes to creating virtual reality and augmented reality experiences. I'm fortunate that both Accenture and AVIANET are with us in this room, and I would like to invite them onto the stage to say a few words about the companies and what they do. So if we have Ashok Moghal from AVIANET and Andreas Schuler from Accenture, please come onto the stage. Do we have Andreas here? OK. Rick, maybe you can basically represent Andreas. Please come in. So first of all, Rick, thank you very much. The support that we got from you, from your colleagues and the team. Can you tell us more about, and the people more about your IIoT lab and the facilities here in Garching in Munich?
Sure. Excuse me. So we have our Industrial Internet of Things Global Center here in Garching, close to Munich, and where we demonstrate the whole IoT value chain all the way from augmented reality, configuring a car, for example. You can configure a BMW through automatic, so augmented reality, all the way through to security, IoT security, and blockchain technology. So we use hands-on, real-life examples of solutions that have been implemented with customers. And this is an example of one of those. And it's a good opportunity to see the possibilities of IoT in a real world, a hands-on environment. And yeah, it's exciting working with OpenText and to develop this showcase and additional showcases. We have a live stream from the IoT Center at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock at the Accenture booth to show the pay-per-use showcase that we've developed with OpenText, Bosch, Rexroth, and iTech. And so I'd like to invite everyone to come to the Accenture booth up in the exhibition hall to see that we'll have 2 shows at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, a live stream from the IoT Center.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Ashit, first of all, also, gratitude. Thank you from my side. Your team did a great job in creating this amazing artificial reality, augmented reality experience. Can you share more information regarding what you do as a company and what type of services do you offer?
Yeah, thank you, Arsalan, and great team effort from team OpenText, Accenture, and AVIANET. At the end, we saw really a successful demo and in which direction this whole world is going when we talk about innovation and improvements, optimizations. So AVIANET, basically, we are a German-based company, head office in Munich, active across 46 countries, and primarily focusing on aviation and tourism customers from the technology perspective and getting into the innovation where our virtual reality and augmented reality, mixed reality, rich content and development experience supports our customers and partners likewise to bring this innovation at the doorstep of our valued customers and to the end users.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And especially when it comes to augmented reality, what type of applications you see or the trends that you're seeing in the market?
I mean, the main topic here was, to how the compatibility with working with different tools and applications. So from that perspective, we have our development centers across based on different skill sets, and we are, quite strong utilizing any kind of tool what is currently existing into the market from the ecosystem perspective, from the technology perspective, and we can develop the experience around those available scenarios.
Okay.
So that is the KPI, one of those.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you,
Arsalan.
Thank you.